The first chapter in your book, Reclaiming, is about racialised renaming. You're on a mission to educate people about this. So for anyone who doesn't know, what is racialised renaming?
Racialized renaming, it's really quickly in a quick synopsis. I think when it comes to names that are not normative or Eurocentric, I think there's this dismissal to learn cultural names to get it right. And when it comes to racialized renaming, I think a lot of people don't understand that it's not about unintentional mistakes. It's about intentional mistakes. You taking the power from someone in how they want to be addressed and saying their name properly. So racialized renaming is that dismissal for a whole culture and a whole heritage.
Yewande, this is something you've dealt with ever since you were a little girl. I'm told that teachers even asked you to change your own name to make it easier for them. How was that for you as a child, dealing with your own identity and trying to handle that, and how did that affect you?
I think being young, it's so easy to be forced into assimilation. And also when I remember it was in 6th class, so I would have been about 11, and trying to stand up for yourself against another teacher is something that is absolutely petrifying, and having to be able to stand my own ground and say, no, this is my name and this is how I want to be addressed, and no, you can't call me something else, as an 11-year-old is absolutely terrifying. But I think because my mum instilled so much confidence in me when I was younger and tried to really explain how important a name was and how important my name was, it was just a little bit easier to stand up for myself at such a young age and be like, I'm not having this.
Can I just ask you, though, when you said this to your teacher and said, that's my name, please just call me by my name, what reaction did you get back from the teachers?
Sometimes it was a really nice, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. And sometimes it was an eye roll, as if I was getting them to do this monumental task. And, I felt like I was somewhat inconveniencing them in some way. Some people were great and some people just felt like I was just a massive inconvenience to them.
Well, your raw honesty is going to resonate with so many of your readers, and hopefully action change too.
Hopefully.
But when you're writing about your struggles and the sensitive subjects, like you've just described to us, not just your fellow classmates, but your teachers as well, is that a tough place emotionally to revisit?
I think compared to my other chapters, I would say no. As I said, it's something that I still deal with now. So it's not something that is extremely raw, because it's been something that I've had to deal with all my life. So I think while writing other chapters in the book, yes, it was difficult for me to revisit certain topics. But for this one, I actually enjoyed writing my racialized renaming chapter, just because I knew that it would resonate with so many people. And there's good stories, as well as difficult stories to tell. There's also really good stories where the chapter kind of opens up with my mum and my dad explaining what my name means and the beauty of the culture. So I did actually enjoy writing that chapter.
But when it came to writing about colorism, that must have been a real difficult place to revisit.
Yeah, that for me personally, that was my hardest chapter to write. So it was the first one that I started because I knew it was going to be so hard to write. And funny enough, when I actually started writing the chapter, because I had so much to say, I thought it was going to be one of my easiest chapters to actually write. But having to sit down and revisit so much things that I thought I had already unpacked, was hard, speaking about colorism in my book, because I wanted to be so open and honest and raw and speak about those experiences that I thought I had healed from when I didn't really. It was a struggle.